Welcome to Rigging 101. My name is Chris Sorensen. Today I'm going to show you how to rotate a heavy component. So for this final drive, what I'm going to use is a 3-point lift to rotate this end upright. So I'm going to place 2 rods here in this as close as I can to the center line of this. So when it's upright, it's balanced pretty well. And then I'm also going to place a lift link back here so I can control the descent of the back end of my final drive. So my 3 legs are going to come up and I'm going to lower this one down. So the things we have to consider is weight transfer. So as I'm rotating, the weight on these is going to increase and the weight back here is going to decrease. So how I'm going to attach to this final drive is I'm going to use a 2-legged chain up front, and then from the top I'm going to come down with a come along and a strap right here. And I'm using a strap. That way the strap's a little bit more flexible because this is a smaller diameter than this. So obviously when it comes upright, you're gonna have that strap hitting here. If I had the come along here, it run the risk of like the chain binding or even the mechanism of the come along hitting here, which that's what the strap's there to avoid that. So to attach my strap to here, because I'm using a 2-inch strap, and it's a little big. Now, you could force it through, but what you're gonna have happen is your strap's gonna bunch a whole bunch in here, and that's gonna derate your strap a little bit. That's improper use of your strap. So how you're gonna wanna attach this is you're gonna wanna use a clevis, and you're gonna wanna pick a clevis that's large enough that when we use our basket and weave it through, it has plenty of room to where that strap doesn't bunch up like this. It just lays nice and flat. So this is my chain setup. I got 2 legs of chain coming here. That's gonna attach here. And then I took my come along and I hooked it to my top ring. Notice I didn't hook it to my bottom rings here. The reason why you hook it to your top ring, because when you look at your chain rating, this one's rated for 15,000 pounds, this hook is rated for 15,000 pounds. So we always want to come off this, come down, and then I have my mechanism down lower, so I'm not reaching really high or having to use like a stool or anything to be able to reach my handle. So you see the hook on my come along is kind of small also for the strap itself. So I'm gonna have to use a clevis for this one too. You're gonna take your legs, make sure there's no twists in the actual strap. Now you got all your twists out. Couple things to note, when you're using a clevis, a lot of people are taught, like a common rule of thumb is you tighten it all the way, then you back it off a 1/4 turn. That is incorrect. The proper use of a clevis, you run it in all the way and you make sure it's tight. So how this lift is gonna go is I have a little bit of laxity back here. I'm gonna come up with the front. So this front's gonna raise, and then this is gonna tension up. And then it'll start to lift. And then I'm gonna switch this to lower and use that to lower the rest of the final drive down, taking all of the weight off of this, transferring all of the weight to these chains, and then lowering it down onto cribbing. So now that I got the final drive up in the air, paying attention to where my feet are, I'm gonna switch this to lower, and I'm gonna start lowering this end of the final drive. So now that we have all of our weight off of our come along, all the weights on our chains, we're gonna lower it down on the cribbing. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button in the lower corner of the screen. Have a safe work day.
If you like what you saw today, please hit the like button in the right-hand corner, and thanks for watching.